Let's head back to the voicemail of Truth and Reason.
Hi, Dave. Great show. This is Howard from Marin County. I just wanted to say that very concerned that the Browns will basically again be at the bottom in the division. Lamar going back to Baltimore and Joe Burrow, and I think Kenny Pickett is just, I have no faith in the upper management of the Browns. So I predict that they will have a worse season than they had this year, and I predict they'll have less than 7 wins. So that's about it. Thanks again. Have a nice day. Bye.
As always, appreciate all of the voicemails. Tim, boy, I hope he's not correct, because if this team wins 7 games, we're going to be looking for a head coach and maybe a general manager again. The AFC's loaded, without question. It just is. So Deshaun Watson has to play well.
Yeah, and I mean, that's what they're paying him $230 million to do. That's what they gave him 6 draft picks for him to do, is to play well now with, a full off season with, extra weapons added, Elijah Moore, Marquise Goodwin, Jordan Akins, and now Cedric Tillman. There's no excuses with Deshaun Watson. He's got to look like the Pro Bowler he was in Houston. He's got to look like the guy who, up until, his legal troubles, started popping up, that he was considered to be, up there for the best quarterbacks in the entire NFL, and he could certainly get there. He's got the elite talent. We saw a lot of flashes of it last season. I think part of the issue is, again, rust and, the Browns changing up the way they did their offense in the middle of the season, when the rest of the team had done things a certain way for 11 games and they had to do it a different way for the final 6. Now that they're going to be on the same page for an entire spring, an entire training camp, it should be smoother. Watson should have the rust knocked off by now. And you would hope that, you would hope in this case that he can return to that kind of player. And if he does, they're not finishing dead last. They're going to win, I would imagine, at least 10, 11 games, maybe compete for the division title with the Bengals, possibly. That's a high bar, because Joe Burrow, I think, is as good as anybody in the NFL at quarterback. Deshaun Watson can get there. Joe Burrow is there, and he's got so much more chemistry built up with his receivers and his offense than Deshaun Watson has, and it's just a game of catch-up right now.
Yeah, and I certainly understand the way Howard and fans that think that way are thinking, because the Browns have not been good the last 2 years. And quite frankly, they haven't played as well as I thought they should have relative to the talent on their roster.